All right, what's good, Tony Abusa? What up, what up? Get this all set up here. What's good, the Baba Yaga? Why is Palworld getting so much love right now? The game is incredible. Just incredible. It's just so good. All right, I'm getting everything set up here. Sorry. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. And welcome, everyone. Hello, hello. Let me give a big shout out in the chat to everyone that's here. What's good? What's good? Tony Hayabusa, the Baba Yaga. Still trying to finish up D2 campaign. And then when I'm finished with that, I'll probably just go back to D1 and finish that up. Nice. Why is Palworld getting so much love? I just recently mentioned that, but I'll say it again. Palworld is an amalgamation of so many beloved game mechanics put into one. It's the representation, I think, of like years and years of hard work from a variety of other companies, which is kind of funny because people say, well, you stole from them, right? Well, what they did is they kind of took the best parts of a variety of other games and then combined them into one game. And so the product is just the best the best game right now. It's so much fun. It's absolutely crushing it. Sucks what's happening with Destiny, man. Yep. Yep, absolutely. It does suck. We're going to cover the news right now. Appreciate everyone tuning in, popping in. What's good? We're going to jump into Palworld later today. We're going to cover a big news story for Destiny 2, and then we'll jump into that. So let's do this. We here. What's up? What's up, McKinney saying hello, hello. Appreciate you. All right. Destiny 2's death has sent shockwaves into the games industry. And those shockwaves are being felt and being talked about even by the Warframe creative director right now, talking about how Destiny 2's demise is existentially threatening. If you don't know, Sony had to pull the plug because the game just wasn't meeting its monetization goals. It obviously had lost a ton of population, which we can see from the charts. We can't see the spreadsheet of how much money it was losing, but we can only imagine it was probably pretty bad, right? And right now, this is sending a powerful message to the larger gaming community, which is that no one is safe, basically. Any game could die at any moment. And it's scary right now. Obviously, speaking on the topic of dead games, we have Marathon, which has now hit a new low point. Less than 2,000 people were playing Marathon at its low point last night. Dear God, it is so over. Even games that were once iconic and absolutely loved, like Arc Raiders, which still has a pretty, core community to it. These games have experienced massive decline. I mean, to go from 500,000 players regularly to just earlier this week, they had a peak lower than 40,000. That's a pretty crazy drop off. I mean, look at that chart, man. That is a steep drop off. Warframe obviously is absolutely crushing it still, so they can't. They're not speaking from a position of disaster necessarily, but Warframe's killing it. Destiny 2 is finito though, and now people are wondering, who's next and what's next, right? This is definitely big news, and it sucks to see such an iconic, well-established game die, but kind of means that any game could die, and who knows what's going to be next on the chopping block here. Well, this would happen in any normal season of Destiny 2, but the game is starting its downward slope in terms of players departing. It is not an abrupt drop off, which is great to see, and it's still performing well a month after its final update, Monument of Triumph. But there's the rub, the final update. Nothing else is coming here for the formerly live game. Another game in the live service shooter genre, Warframe, has been running in parallel with Destiny for ages, maintaining perhaps greater consistency over time and still surviving, even thriving to this day. But rather than celebrate a win over the departed Destiny, it's making its higher-ups sad and nervous. Ooh. Some new comments come from Warframe creative director Rev Ford in an interview with Games Radar at the recent TennoCon. If you don't know, that's their community convention, which, by the way, why did Bungie never do a Destiny Con? I understand we had Guardian Con, and which later turned into GCX, but that was a third-party thing ran by the community. Bungie should have done this. This is an incredible event, and sad that they never did that. There's so much wasted potential when it comes to Destiny, right? Truly. Quote, it's horrible news because it shows that even if you care so much, the business side of this industry will always get the last remark. Those are the types of stories and experiences that when you're in a position where you have your own game, your own IP, and you work as hard as you do on it, that's not the first time it's happened, and it'll happen again, where the business aspect of the video game economy makes the decision for you, and it is existentially threatening at every level. Because the idea that we aren't in charge of our own goodbye is something I wake up thinking about every single day. I'm surprised they think about it so much, considering Warframe is crushing it. I imagine, the reason I think if I had to give for it is that even though Warframe's chart looks incredible, I mean, literally, they almost hit like an all-time peak just a few days ago, 160,000, and their all-time is 190,000. And so this must have been during TennoCon, like it must have been a big update. The idea though is that you can continuously do well for like look at the 3-year graph for them. This is incredible. The consistency is crazy. Look at the 6-year graph for them. God, that's crazy. They start where they were at 6 years ago. They're at the exact same spot 6 years later. If that's not just the absolute king of consistency, I don't know what is. But at any moment, things could just tailspin out of control. It would seem like Arc Raiders, I think, is the craziest example. Marathon was kind of cooked from the beginning, but Arc Raiders, man, this thing was the new Fortnite, and now it has just fallen off a cliff. In the case of Destiny, there were years-long plans for the second game, and if it was up to the devs at Bungie, most would eagerly have hopped on board the production of a Destiny 3. I'm sure they would have eagerly hopped on board. Unfortunately, they have a really, really expensive cost for those salaries, partly due to their location being in Seattle, right? That makes the cost sometimes 1.5x, sometimes 2x the normal developmental cost just being in that area. And obviously, we, the players, don't really care if the game's made in Seattle or if it's made in freaking Kansas. But for the game to be profitable and be in Seattle, you gotta pay those premium prices. So unfortunately, we couldn't meet the costs. The demand did not meet the costs. But cost killed the game, partly due to poor management decisions that exacerbated those costs, and partly due to the baseline of a game that requires such an enormous investment to maintain endless live content. As I've previously reported, there have only been a few times in its history that Destiny 2 has been profitable. Right until the end, you could feel the passion of the Destiny devs with an exceptional final update that put the game in its best state in years, right before there was no more new content to play. The player surge was higher than both of the last two expansions, despite almost nothing new to play. And again, it maintains good numbers after a month, but those will continue falling, which cannot be helped. I would be curious to see what someone would diagnose it from like Warframe, right? Like they obviously run their business pretty well where they're seemingly staying profitable. I mean, I guess we don't know, but how do they do what Bungie can't do? Ford may be right to be nervous about the state of the industry and working on a very similar game, which, if you don't know, we've obviously watched Anthem die. We watched Destiny die. We've watched a lot of games die. Even The Division has not fully died, but it's had some point. It has like 5 devs working on it at one point. Like The Division 2 has had its struggles. This particular genre, the looter shooter genre, is very hit or miss. And unfortunately, a lot of people have missed. A lot of games have died. Warframe's Digital Extremes does not have to answer to Sony, however, and costs are not the same level as Destiny, but they've figured out a sustainable groove, and there's no sign of the game ending anytime remotely soon. So Warframe is safe, but apparently people are worried. So this is the main article, right? Warframe lead Rebecca Ford says Destiny 2's death is horrible news for everyone. Not the first time it's happened, and it will happen again. Warframe leadership isn't about to celebrate the impending death of Destiny 2, even if they are on course to outlive one of the game's strongest competitors in the sci-fi live service space. I should hope they're not going to dance on our grave. Come on now. Developer Bungie announced in May that it's ending active development on Destiny 2. After more than a decade, it turns its attention towards its new extraction shooter, Marathon. How's that going, by the way? Sorry, I had to do it. I had to do it to him. Destiny 2 will remain playable for the foreseeable future, but its briefly resurgent Monument of Triumph update from June will be its last major content drop, as static events and retouch modes sustain the game's live operations. Warframe, which released a year before Destiny. It's crazy that Warframe started before Destiny and outlived us. Like, what? The number of games that you don't even realize have just been out there for so long. Like GTA 5 launched before Destiny and is still popping off all these years later. The same game before Destiny 1, GTA 5 launched. Like, what? It's crazy. It's showing no signs of slowing down, with major story and content updates continuing at a regular cadence. Still, Rebecca Ford refuses to dance on a grave, not just because she's above something like that, but because she knows that if a game as enduring and influential as Destiny 2 can fall in favor of short-term business needs, anything can, yeah. Don't want to dance on the grave. Plus, it doesn't really help you, right? I don't think any game studio is dancing on the grave of Destiny 2, right? I haven't seen anyone act that way. Other than maybe just marathon players, but aside from them, no studios have done that. It's horrible news because it shows names you care so much. Yep, the business gets the last remark. Unless you're a strictly independent private studio which doesn't answer to shareholders, which Bungie was for a few years, and apparently that wasn't working out for them. Their budgets were cutting too close. This is the sort of thing every game developer worries about. See, you know what I wish that Bungie had never sold. So Microsoft starts acquiring things, right? And then that forces Sony to buy Bungie and pay way too much money. And then Bungie just says, fuck it, dude. They're like, we sold this thing. We sold them a lemon, right? That's what Bungie's thinking. But if Bungie's budget was really close, if they stayed there with this, like stayed in ownership, right? They would have been forced to dig themselves out of their hole and to make Destiny 2 really, really successful. And I like that outcome so much more because then Bungie kind of earns those paychecks. Bungie earns those cars in that garage, right? They got to earn it by making Destiny 2 really good, not by selling Sony a lemon for $3.6 billion. So I wish that we had that outcome. I wish that Bungie had stayed independent. I wish that Microsoft never started buying stuff. And I wish that Sony never bought Bungie. I think that we would probably still have Destiny 2 if that was the case, because we would have never lost some of those OGs. They would have just stayed locked in on the main game, and they would have realized that it was sink or swim for them with Destiny 2. But instead, because of the acquisition, they had a sort of freedom and a sort of bizarre, power trip where they thought they could just do anything. So they're like, fuck it, we'll just make a game in every genre right now. So that was crazy. This is the sort of thing every game developer worries about to some degree in 2026 as consolidation, mass layoffs, studio closures, and game cancellations define one of the most turbulent periods in games industry history. Everything happening at Xbox this week spells nothing but bad news. Dude, Xbox, we've been covering this. It's so bad right now. Holy crap. 3,200 layoffs. Dear God. It is a crazy time. I don't think Warframe is on the chopping block, though. But who knows what else is going to go down, right? How long is it going to take until we get a sort of equilibrium for the games industry? I don't know, man. But all I know right now is I'm just playing Palworld and pretending that all these problems don't exist. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section below. All right, good stuff. What's good, Ant? What's good, Do Marcy? A very expensive one, yes. Super Weenie Mode with the tier 1 sub. Sorry, I missed that. We were in the middle of recording. Super Weenie Mode. W is in the chat. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate you, bud. The main party to blame in all of this is Bungie, not Xbox or Sony. Yes, Sony's actually to make it better, but Bungie put themselves in the pot. That's true. It sucks because there's so many contributing factors, but unfortunately, it led to the death of. I still can't believe it was such an expensive game that died, you know? I feel like if you looked at the hierarchy of games that were maybe going to die, it's like, sure, the low tier games, right? Of course, right? Like, they just don't have the audience to sustain themselves. But like a big ass game dying, that's crazy. That blows your mind, right? Blows your mind. Can't believe such a big game would go down like this. It's like, in my mind, imagine if they were just like, you know what, guys? Overwatch is not making money anymore. Overwatch is over. Like, I would be like, excuse me? There is no way Overwatch is dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would be bamboozled. I would be baffled. It would be unfathomable. But I guess that's just the way it goes, man. We're just experiencing a really big downturn on top of other factors, of course, but that's one of the biggest contributing factors right now. And it ain't looking like it's going to get better anytime soon. Yeah, Bungie has made some bad leadership mistakes. That's absolutely true. Let's see here. We had some interesting stuff here. Go. All right, so we got a bunch of stuff to cover here. All right, we got to talk about Marathon now, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we got more Marathon updates, my dudes. I hate to beat a dead horse here, but this one's big, so Marathon is approaching triple digits. Oh, no. Oh, man. Bungie's marathon has just achieved a new record low point. You have less than 2,000 people online playing last night. That's not good. This is not good, my dudes. We're about to hit triple digits soon for marathon. Triple digits is crazy. This is making Highguard look good at this stage. I don't remember how many players Highguard had when they threw in the towel, but I swear they had more than this. This is bad. The decay rate for marathon is absolutely brutal. The players for the game are absolutely crashing out on r/marathon. Again, we've continued to cover this because yeah, it's quite the spectacle. Let's be real. I'm extremely sad for how this game is perceived. After months of denial, I have to face the fact that this game is dying fast. This is the top trending post on r/marathon right now. How it feels to get people to play marathon and it's Jeffrey Dahmer. This game being an ultra hardcore PvP extraction shooter is the biggest cope I have ever heard. Marathon updates in a nutshell. Bug fixes. Added more bugs to fix later. Recon is the reason that Marathon is stale. These are just the top trending topics from the last week, by the way. I am dropping the game for now. Here's what I think went wrong. Oh, no. And we got a 12-page thesis on what happened for Marathon? Dear God. Just logged off because I couldn't find a game. 45 minutes to find a game on Saturday morning. I'm confident the game can survive if Season 3 is just... quote... or no, he says, I'm not confident the game can survive if Season 3 is just, quote, more perimeter. 4 days ago, this game is unplayable for any new players. God damn. It is an absolute war zone on r/marathon. No one's happy. And this guy does a good breakdown of the situation right here. Marathon is dying as players abandon the game. The sad truth. Let's see what we're cooking up here.
Oh man, I don't know where to start this video because I am the biggest Marathon stan. I love this game. I think this game is... the art direction is fantastic. I think the gunplay is fantastic. I think just the thematic design of the game is fantastic. I love that it exists, right? But there's some cold hard facts. This game reportedly cost $250 million to make. It made $55 million in initial sales. 70% of those were on PC. They were not.
My favorite entry for everyone, and it's not to roast this guy, but everyone's always like, I just love this game so much, and I think this game is so awesome, but then just no one's playing it. And it's such an interesting dynamic, right? Where, you know, I mean, I'm not saying he's not playing it necessarily, but so few people are playing it. I feel like I hear this narrative so much about Marathon being such a great game. It's like the best game ever that no one wants to play, apparently. Like, what? How does this happen?
On console, on PS5, the game's player base is collapsing. You can see right now. Look at this. This is live. There's 2,241 people playing this game. This is not a game that is going to save Bungie. Remember, Bungie have completely annihilated Destiny, which has got tons of players recently, but it is a massive IP that's had tens of millions of players over its lifespan. They don't want anything to do with that anymore through loads of mismanagement and Sony now ultimately cutting back the team. But we end up with this. We end up with Marathon. This is not the game that is going to save.
Someone said it's called self-denial. I'm trying to think of what the logic is behind this. Like, I'll give you a great example. I think that Palworld, which is just a game that just came out, I think this is potentially game of the year for me. This game is incredible. You can't get me off this game. So it's like, the game is just so much fun. And then you go look at the charts for the game, and it's literally breaking records. It's like just crushing it right now. There's like 1 million people across all platforms. The game's doing incredible. Will it continue to do incredible a year from now? I don't know. but it's doing 10 times what Marathon did on its launch day. So it's like, it kind of like there's a correlation between loving the game, appreciating its quality, and playing it, and then everyone else admiring its quality too and playing it as well, you know? And they're not two similar games. They're not like in a similar genre by any means, but at least there's some, congruency there where what I think about the game and then how much I'm playing the game match and how much other people think about the game matches as well. Marathon is just the complete opposite. There's countless people are just, man, this is such a good game. And then people, even on Reddit, we were roasting these posts on Reddit where people were saying, I feel so bad for this game. I don't play it, but like it's a really good game, I can tell. I'm like, what? Like, what?
Bungie, and I hate to say this because, like I said, I really enjoy this game, but I can see the writings on the wall. Anyone can see the writings on the wall here. We need to take a look at this because it is, frankly, it is depressing. So I think it's important to start here. This was the statement from PlayStation Studios. This was back on the 25th of June, I should say. And this, yeah, it's the layoffs at Bungie. It's basically a complete reduction of Destiny 2, but also some roles on Marathon were impacted. But the key thing here is there is a specific sort of acknowledgement that Marathon is going to be invested in and is going to continue to be a game Sony seem to think can turn the corner. So he says this, does Herman Hulst. Marathon remains an important part of our portfolio, and we will continue to support the team as they build on the strong foundation established in Season 1 and 2. I mean, the question is, like, is this strong foundation in the room with us? Like, it's a knobhead thing to say, but there isn't a strong...
Dude, that's so savage. Like, what is the strong foundation? Like, what are we talking about? It's like things that never happened.
Foundation here. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what he's saying, right? Yeah, there's dedicated fans, but there's not enough of them. It's a niche of a niche, the game is. It's just never going to work. Die Hard, PvP. I mean, never going to work on a massive scale, right? To warrant the investment of 250 million. Die Hard, PvP, right? Super ultra sweaty gameplay. You can't possibly do anything. You have to be on your, A game all of the time. It's stressful. If this is a game targeting Destiny dads and you're coming home from work and then you're like, holy shit, I'm just going to get destroyed in this game and lose all my stuff. No one wants that feeling, and I think that's a reason why players don't keep coming back to the game. They play it, they get a bit of fun out of it, and then they come back. And again, of course, it was a box price game. This is not a free-to-play game. It's a game they're trying to sell, which again makes it difficult, right? I think people... the game probably would get...
So his biggest criticism is talking about the game being too hardcore, which it's not immediately like hardcore, right? And they're obviously trying to water it down with PvE mode, but it does scale up pretty hardcore at the end if you want to get into the end game. And I struggle because there's some elements of Marathon that are just pretty casual, but in the end, its genre is that extraction shooter genre where you die, you lose everything, which absolutely sucks, right? Especially if you don't like that style of play. I don't know how big of a factor it is to contributing to its success or failure, but based on where Arc Raiders is at right now, obviously the game's struggling quite a bit. Based on like Tarkov's, it's not the most successful game ever. My inclination is that these extraction games are just very niche. They're just very niche in general. And I think that the gamble for these studios trying to make these games is they're trying to make the Fortnite of extraction shooters, right? That's like the game plan, right? They want the Fortnite success that was found in Battle Royale in like 2017, right? When that came out. They want that success in extraction shooters. That's what they're searching for. That they want the Fortnite of extraction shooters. And I don't think it exists. I think it's a unicorn. I think it's it's not real. Right? It's like Santa Claus. There's no game mode. There's no game that's going to be the Fortnite of extraction shooters, it would seem. Even Arc Raiders. We were just talking about this. Arc Raiders, this thing was considered that for a while. But now, like we talked about with the charts, like look at the Arc Raiders just had its first less than 40,000 player peak, which is still pretty good. I mean, this is better than Marathon by a long shot, don't get me wrong. But the fall off is crazy, right? Look at the fall off of these extraction shooter games. They've got a retention problem. When even the best game in the world, that had everyone's attention for like 5 months can't keep it. There's a problem here. So hardcore is definitely an issue, and not the arc rates. Yeah, we had to bring up the arc chart.
A better player base if it was free to play, but would it be generating revenue? That's extremely debatable if it even would be. So it goes on to say, as we work and as they work on incubation efforts for future projects, while it's too early to discuss, we are encouraged by the creativity and opportunities that lie ahead. So IGN also as well reported Sony confirms significant Bungie layoffs include most of the...
I do think that the incubation projects are an absolute cope. I think that if you don't say that there's an incubation project, it gives you the inclination that the company is dying and that Sony made a horrific mistake. I think if you bait with an incubation project, you give the idea that, oh, well, this didn't go well, but we're cooking up something else in secret and it's going to be huge. Don't worry. And, Bungie's next thing is going to be massive, but the incubation's not happening. Like, I would be absolutely bamboozled if it was true. I would love to see what that is, right? I mean, we can all agree that it probably wouldn't land very well. If Bungie runs Destiny 2 into the ground, they destroy Marathon, right? Or Marathon just launches terribly. And then they also made Concord. It's like, we're going to give you guys a fourth chance, right? Like, what? How many times are we going to do this?
Destiny team and some Marathon team members, as Bungie admits Destiny 2 fell short of expectations, and studio leaders say company cannot continue operating at our previous size. And again, this goes back to the whole thing of budgets getting too ballooned, spending money on all kinds of stuff, way overproducing things which don't really have the market. Like Marathon, as much as I love that this game exists, you can't be spending that level of money on a game in that niche. It's too small, right? This is like, you can't spend massive amounts of money on something where there's only a certain number of customers. You're never going to make that money back. That is the problem with Marathon. I think the only saving grace, as compared to Destiny takes hundreds of devs to run. Marathon is probably a much smaller team, much more streamlined, little bits of content getting added here and there. So it's not as bad as a long-term proposal to keep running. If you've already spent the money, you may as well just keep trying to keep the game going if it's relatively cheap to keep running. And maybe it gets close to the cost of operation in terms of covering that with its revenue. I don't know, but you would imagine Marathon is an easier game to run than a Destiny. I do like this article from The Push as well, where they say, we're in it for the long haul. Bungie rejects rumors it could move on from Marathon after unremarkable PS5 sales. It's aiming for a Marathon. And again, I think this does link into what I just said of,
they had a contingency plan, right? And so the idea that, people are enjoying Marathon's numbers or that Marathon is somehow selling like crazy or something is just far-fetched. They launched the game with the contingency plan that they would support the game probably for the first year, if I had to guess. Like, we don't know. We can't see the contracts or anything, but I would imagine that's what's happening. And the reason why they chose to do that is because Destiny 2 had a really poor launch, but it recovered, and Forsaken was, the silver lining to Destiny 2. Forsaken saved Destiny 2, right? And, Destiny 1 has had its own issues as well. There's been times where it's been hit or miss, and it starts off cold and then it gets hot, right? And so the goal was that Marathon might start off cold, and if it does, we're going to give some time, a contingency plan, so that it can heat up and grow into something bigger. And that's what they're cooking up right now. That's what they're focused on. And it sucks that all their cards and all their bet is on that game, and that they were willing to just let Destiny 2 die. But we'll see how it works out for them. We'll see. Can you imagine if they pull it off, though? I doubt it, right? But could you imagine?
This game, let's say if it continues for another 5, 6, 7, 8 years, maybe it breaks even. But the problem is, and again, not to be a complete dickhead, but I've got to show you this again. Let's go 3 months. We're not increasing in player base, guys. We're going down to the point of no return. Like, this is, they've tried a free week there, which did kind of okay, although the servers went down, which was absolutely terrible timing for that to happen. And
yeah, you're looking at the 3 months, you can see Marathon has achieved entropy.
The update season 2, which brought in the new runner and the new Crucible system, Not the Crucible. What's it called? Is it the Crucible? The tree, whatever it is, the thing ripped from Destiny to level up your character. But it's like not enough. You know, there's a little peak and it comes back down again. This is a game which is, uh, it's a game which is dying. I hate to say it, but it is. So the point is, look, right, this game, I don't think if you go for another 5 years, there's going to be any drastic change on its current trajectory. And if Sony are restricting the amount of investment, they're reducing dev sizes or dev team sizes. Where is the comeback here? That is the big question that I think needs to be asked. Okay, so this is interesting because this is taken from Outlook Respawn. And they've got an article which says, Bungie's Marathon loses 59% of Steam players. What went wrong? Now, this was from...
That's an old article. We've lost way more than 59%. Those are rookie numbers, dude. We lost like 90% at this stage.
April the 6th, right? It lost 59% of its players. What went wrong?
It was... Marathon, the game launched with 88,000 players, and now it has a little bit less than 2,000. What percentage of player population loss is that? That is a 97.7% player population loss. Nice, dude. We're gonna win an award. Yes, we're about to achieve 100% player loss. Could you imagine if Marathon's Steam charts just say 0 on it? No one online playing this game, dude. 98%? God damn. What is left? What is left? 98%.
Obviously now it's lost, over 80, 90% of the player base. Well, more than that, like 95 of the player base, if you want to look at the lows it gets for concurrent players every day from its peak. And again, I think this comes back to just what the game is. The game is not a game which is going to make the majority of players play the game every single night because it is so hardcore. It is so stressful. It is dual, like, what do I mean dual? Like, it's like you have to go in there being ready to fully commit, and if you're not, you're going to suffer. And even when you're ready to fully commit, you're on your A game, you're ready to go, you're warmed up, you can still get destroyed. But that's what an extraction shooter is, right? As much as I think it's a good game, I mean, I still think Marathon should have just been another single player experience, because the original Marathons, they could have just built upon that.
Yeah, it would have been way better if it was a single player experience. And yes, the game is hardcore, and yeah, it's a contributing factor. I don't know if it's the biggest one though. I think that the art style and the colors are really what draw people away from it. I think that you kind of have these two categories of art styles in games. Like we're just talking about Palworld, right? That super cartoony style that does well. And then you have the photorealism style. And then Destiny is kind of a blend in the middle, right? Like Destiny is like realism, but it's like, cartoonish realism or something, right? And I'm sure there's a bunch more, categories and terms that you could use to sound more fancy about it. But like, let's be real, guys. Like, even if you invent 50 different artistic style terms for video games, like there's just two. There's the cartoony style, the Fortnites, the Palworlds, the Pokemons, the Minecrafts, right? There's the cartoony, super colorful kid style. And then there's the realism, photorealism, graphic realism, that style. And there's variants, of course, and there's degrees, but it's like those are really the two styles. Marathon like entered in with just some bizarre color scheme and kind of a hybrid between the two. Like it's like some of the ingredients from one and some ingredients from the other. So it's like the immersion isn't there and it's just unusual. And I know a lot of people rave about the art style. They're like, man, it's just so awesome. But it's kind of like the same thing about the game where they're just like, man, this game is so good, but I'll never play it. Man, this game is awesome, but I ain't playing it. Like, it's kind of the same thing with the art style. They're like, man, this art style is just so good on this game, but I'm still not ever playing it. It's like, I don't know, man. I really don't think the art is like, even when I'm looking at this image here in the Dire Marsh, like, it's just not that appealing to me. It's not that interesting. So I do think that the art style, I think that is probably the biggest contributing factor in its overall lack of appeal. People see it, They've seen the trailers, they've seen the videos. Everyone's seen and heard of Marathon at this point. Whether you heard about the controversies or whether you heard about an ad or something, every gamer on the planet has heard the name Marathon, right? Or at least like 90% of them. If you're online, you've heard of the damn game at this point. If you play shooter games specifically, but most of them are not playing. And the hardcore nature, it's like, people like hardcore games, especially if they scale up, right? You can play a game super casual and then with time you can scale up to more and more hardcore. People don't hate that necessarily. You're not forced into Cryo Archive as a new player against going against Defizzle, like that's not like how the game works. So there is a scaling system. Like I feel like sometimes we mischaracterize its issues in some ways. You're not thrown, super deep into it. Yeah, you are thrown into extraction. And yeah, if you die, you lose everything, but that's why they got sponsored kits. You can go on the sponsored kit only playlist. You can just run sponsored kits and you don't risk anything. And then you get to play the game basically on easy mode in a lot of ways. And you get to run around and yeah, there's some risk, there's some threat, but that's what makes it, I guess, appealing, right? Like that's supposed to be the appeal to the game in general. And it's the opposite of Destiny, right? You die in Destiny, you just respawn, die, respawn a million times. Doesn't really matter. You just load in and you just play the game. You play your Crucible match until some loot drops at the end. People say the genre is boring, and that I think that the genre is boring because the play styles are slow, right? If you go look at Destiny gameplay or some of these like Call of Duty gameplay, it's a lot of running, right? These are the arcade shooters, right? Arcade shooters are respawn, go, run, grapple hook, blink, sprint full speed. Like that's the arcade style where it's just go, 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 run, sprint, sprint, sprint. And people like that. That's very exciting and fun to watch. These games, because there's such a big punishment mechanic, people don't play like that as much. And so you kind of get a lot of like slow lurking. Marathon tried to meet people in the middle though, where it has like arcade style movement, right? You got like Glitch or whatever their name is. They changed their name. You got them sprinting around. You got people using grapple hooks and stuff. So you got like the movement stuff of an arcade shooter in the sort of military shooter environment with the extraction. So they're trying to reach a happy medium where you could kind of play both ways. You could play really slow and methodical, or you could play really fast. Like strategically, it's not the worst idea for how to launch a game. It obviously just didn't land well, but in terms of, in my mind, trying to appeal to so many different audiences, it wasn't a bad idea. I genuinely think if you did all of this, but the game was the hyper realism, I think it would actually be a big hit. I think this game would actually be way better than it is now. I think it might be better than Arc Raiders. It could be if it was graphic realism, it could potentially be better than Arc Raiders. But I think the art style's cooking it more than anything. I think that's what holds it back the most. Someone said it's Temu Apex Legends. I mean, it's not exactly that. It's not Battle Royale, but I can see there's some elements of that, but that's the element of making a shooter game, right? Every shooter game that's made now in this day and age is going to feel like a little bit like this other game and a little bit like that game. There's never going to be another shooter game that is like completely unique in every aspect and has no similarities to any other shooter game. It's just not possible. There's too many iterations. There's only so many possibilities within game theory in general of how to create these shooter games. So you always see some parallels to other games.
But they wanted to go down this path of building a live service extraction shooter in a sci-fi environment, which kind of hasn't really been done on this scale before. But again, it's not working because sci-fi, is a niche within a niche. Extraction is a niche within a niche. It's
hey, sci-fi is sci-fi really that niche? I thought everyone liked sci-fi. Come on, I thought we all like sci-fi. People not liking sci-fi these days? God damn.
It's super hardcore PvP is another niche with it, and it just becomes like extremely difficult to sell this. Like I don't know what studio executive would go, this is something we can pin the whole future of our company on, because it just doesn't have an addressable audience. So this is an article I've just pulled up. There's tons of these articles. The number ranges from 200 to 250 million. I don't think any of this has been confirmed, but the game was in development for a very long time. You can see by the polish of the game, you can see by the amount of developers they had working on the game, this was not a cheap game to make, right? This was an expensive game. They thought it would be something that it simply could never be, and it's not fair on Marathon, it's not fair on the developers. it had too much money spent on it, which sounds crazy. But I feel like when we look back, in a decade's time, this will be one of those games where it was almost like it's at the changing point of the industry where these massive budgets that just can't continue to keep getting inflated because people have got limited time. They can't play all of these games. We're seeing that recently with Xbox and Game Pass. Game Pass, it has stalled at 30 million users, subscribers, even though they were spending 60, 70, 80 billion dollars combined on buying studios to buy games, to put more games into their Game Pass to make it more enticing, when actually people don't want to play a shitload of different games. They just want to play one game or two games. And that's why you've got people playing, kids playing Roblox, you've got people playing Fortnite, Overwatch, Apex Legends, all these games. You're not going to play all, you don't play all of them, right? You only play one or two. So just like complete insanity of the industry. So what about the future for Marathon? Because they can sit here and we can sit here as well and analyze and go, okay, Marathon, you've made a great game, but you've got no players. You're a massive studio. You've had massive layoffs. Your biggest game, Destiny, has been shut down. Marathon can't possibly generate the money you need to keep going. So what are we doing here? How can we address this? Now, if you step back and you look at Marathon, you'll say things like, you know what? Marathon, it's a well-made game for what it is. It's got good shooting mechanics. This is Bungie. It should have, right? It's aesthetically amazing, right? It's got incredible art direction. It's got incredible just design of everything. If you guys have watched the videos I've made on the game, the Cryo Archive, with the first time I played that, it felt like an experience. It's just like, holy shit. Like, not everyone's going to get to experience this. This is incredible. But that's the problem. Not everyone's going to get to experience this. So the size of the audience is small anyway, and a small subsection of that get a chance to experience the best content in the game. It's just, it's a recipe for not having a big player base, basically, which is what this game needs. Now, there are going to be changes, right? Because as I say, they're looking at what they've got. How can they use this to get more players involved? Well, they've got this article up on Twitter where it says Marathon Key Dates. And again, I don't want to be too harsh on this, but when you look at it, these are not really engagement figures of a game which is going to have a massive audience. Yeah, 1.9 million impressions, but it just, you'd expect to have 20k likes on this if it was something like a Marvel Rivals or even an Overwatch tweet. So they talk about mid-season.
I also think I can't prove it. I've been searching it for this for a while, but I've been looking at Marathon's engagement metrics, and they have like a very, maybe they're just the kings of consistency, but like they'll post some random shit about like buy a controller, and it'll always, everything they have will always have like 3,000, 4,000 likes. And you can like buy likes on Twitter and stuff. You can buy views on YouTube, by the way. And these companies do that to kind of give the impression that the game or that the news is interesting on the given topic. And so I'm not saying that they're doing that, but if you got less than 2,000 people online and your most recent article has 4,000 likes, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, like, it's kind of weird. And it's also, to go back in time and you look at Marathon's posts, like they were getting 4,000 likes on their posts months ago when they had 10,000, 40,000, 50,000 people online. So the likes on their post doesn't really scale. Let me see if this adds up again. Let me pull this up again. I'm telling you right now, there's something fishy going on here. And it's not really that big of an expose, by the way. Every game studio does this. They pay for likes, especially if they're trying to make the optics of the game look good. But let's go. This is purely live. I don't know what we're going to find, but we got May 26th. We got 13,000 likes. This is their pinned post. It's been up here for a while. Get more attention. You got an hour ago. We got 400 likes on this one. We got July 10th, so 3 days ago. We got 4,000 likes. We got July 9th, 1,300 likes. Oh, yeah. No, it's gone down a little bit. 1,700, 1,400. It was consistently like 4,000 likes, 2,000 there. This one has 1,400. This is that July 21st. This is what he talked about. It now has 4,300 likes. This is what I was saying. The plushies, this got 900 likes, 1,400. Yeah, it's definitely a decline. Definitely a decline overall. But still pulling in a few thousand, which is crazy that you're getting more likes on Twitter than you are players playing the damn game during your low points.
Season. So this begins July the 21st, but it includes something very special. This is Vault Breaker, or Vault Breaker, I should say. And this is Marathon's experimental PvE mode. So, Vault Breaker, explore Cryo Archive as a crew, duo, or solo. Now, remember, you couldn't play this solo before. You couldn't play it as a duo. You had to be in a crew. Taking on progressively challenging series of vaults, grow stronger across multiple matches with progression that's unique to Vault Breaker, and push towards the final vault and the mysterious entity within, which of course is the compiler, which, I've never seen the compiler. I've played Cryo Archive, I've done some of the events in there, but I've not seen the compiler because it's too hard to do. You need a team of 3 players that know what they're doing. You can't just like queue randomly. Like I was playing it with one other guy, and the problem is like, you've always got a random. They might be good, they might be bad. Who knows, right? Always blame the random. But the other thing here is,
someone said, how can they save the game? Make Marathon anime, LOL. They're gonna have to make this game a Gooner game if they want to stand a chance here. I don't know what else they can do.
This is like a roguelike type experience, right? That's self-contained as PvE. You're the only crew on this mission. You're not going in there with other enemy crews that are going to kill you and take your gear. So this is, as a result of that, Vault Breaker requires a special sponsored kit to queue up, and any gear or items you find stay behind when you exfil. The exception to this is Vault Data. This new currency is found within vaults, and when extracted can be exchanged for upgrades to your Vault Breaker sponsored kits, as well as gear that can be used in other modes. This lets you experience Cryo Archive without flooding the economy with low risk, high power cryo loot. And that's that system, Cradle. I don't know what I called it before. Crucible. I think that's the PvP in Destiny, isn't it? So yeah, this is a PvE mode. This is Marathon saying we've built this incredibly complex, detailed Cryo Archive map that not, literally 5% of our audience actually experience. Let's introduce a PvE mode where players can run through it. Now, this might increase the player base, but I don't think...
Press X to doubt, dude. A PvE mode in an extraction game, the ship has sailed. Do you know what I'm saying? The ship has sailed. This could have done better if it launched day one when you had everyone's attention, but you've kind of lost their attention, right? And people are moved on. People are past this game, and now we're kind of grasping at straws. Is it possible that they could pull people in or get people back? I mean, anything's theoretically possible, I guess, but boy, are the cards stacked against them, right? The cards are absolutely stacked against them. And if I had to guess, if I was a betting man, if I was gambling here, right, I would be gambling. I would bet the house on Marathon dying. I would bet the house that this does not land well. But I've already paid for the game, as we mentioned. I bought the game 3 times. I am #1 Marathon shill, believe it or not. I've bought the game 3 times, me and both my friends. I will be getting them back online, and we will be jumping into the Vault Breaker to experience this incredible PvE masterpiece from Bungie.
Again, the problem is, like, people from the outside who have never touched the game are not suddenly going to go, wow, this is great, I want to try this, because they don't understand what the game is. Marathon has got a ton of issues with how complex it is to begin with, understanding even like the items in the game, just like how crushingly unforgiving it is, where you just lose all your gear. You'll always remember like your first gold weapon, and then when you die, it's like, oh no, I really wish I could have kept that. So there's all these issues, I think, with the game, but that comes with the genre. So I think this is interesting that they're trying this, but personally, I don't think this is going to move the needle enough. And I think as a conclusion to all of this, I don't really know how to say this, because I think the writing is on the wall for Marathon, and I think we're going to see a
bro. The writing has been on the wall. All right, the writing has been on the wall. It's been a shit smeared wall since the alpha launched, since the server slam. The walls have been smeared and covered with shit saying dead game. It's been there. We're just finally coming to the realization of it, like that it's this is the bitter end. Surely there's not going to be much longer. Like, could you imagine if Marathon kept going on like this for another 3 months, 6 months? Like, if this PvE mode doesn't launch and at least get the population back up to like 20,000, at least 20,000, then honestly, just call it quits. Just stop the madness, because this doesn't make any sense. Like if they launch this new PV mode, it's coming out in like a week from now, right? If they launch this thing and there is just no meaningful difference to Marathon's population, like I think you just say, like, fuck it, dude. Like just stop, just end this. Like how much longer do we have to go on? Even if you did sign a 1-year contingency plan, right? Let's say you signed this 1-year deal. Do you really just let this thing bottom out to zero? Like the optics of this are so bad, right? At a certain point, there will be more people working at Bungie than there will be people playing Marathon. Like Bungie has like 600 employees right now, something like that, 500, 600 employees. We're getting close to, you know what I'm saying? We're getting close to that. A 1-to-1 player to dev ratio is incredible.
Production in the Marathon team. Not that I'm asking for this, but I think we're just going to see that because the player base numbers are declining. They're going down. If they're going down on Steam, they're going to be going down on consoles. They're not doing enough to make players come back. I'm not playing the game as much this season as I did the first season. Why is that?
I'm not. Oh, I love this game, dude. This is the best. I'm not playing this game anymore, but I love this game. This game's awesome. This is every Marathon player in a nutshell right here. This always makes me laugh. And I'm not trying to roast this guy. It's fine. This is his video, but it's just so funny to me. Yeah, I love it. I love this game is the best. But I haven't been playing it at all. I haven't played this game in forever, but it's fucking awesome.
Well, I'll be completely honest. I think I've experienced a lot of what the game had to offer, whereas Season 2 didn't really bring much more in the way of new experiences. Yeah, you had Night Marsh, which is pretty cool. There's some specific events on there which are pretty cool. The map's quite cool anyway. You got the new runner. Yeah, that's fine. You know, some changes to weapons, new weapon. It's like it's not really enough to make you go, okay, this is great. So I don't know. I feel really pissed off because I really wanted this game to be a success, but I think I knew deep down this was going to be an extremely hard sell. And then when you wrap this up with the current state of Sony and the state of Bungie and the fact that they're willing to throw Destiny to the wolves and say Marathon's going to be the thing which is going to keep us going, whatever that incubation project is they've got, it better be one hell of a game because they are fucked if this is what they're relying on.
There it is. That was beautiful ending. Whatever the incubation project is, it better be fucking Fortnite because if not, they are fucked. They're fucked, mate. I like that. Crazy. And this is a good video from him. I think that Marathon, it's coming close to an end. I am curious to see what that incubation project's going to be when this thing does end. I'm curious to see how this thing goes down, right? We know that Bungie Day just passed, right? Bungie Day, there was nothing in Marathon. Very weird, very suspicious. Bungie's currently advocating for they're trying to win an award for the music in Marathon. People in the comment section of that are roasting them. It's too funny. It's a bad time, man. It's a bad time. Every day that goes by it reminds me of Season 1 where Marathon's worst day ever was yesterday. That's every single day. Like, yep, Marathon's worst day ever, that was yesterday. Yep. And we're back there again. And I genuinely think that this company, Bungie, has achieved entropy. There's just nothing they can do right. And they could work on a new project, an incubation project, anything. You could give them $1 billion. Elon Musk could buy them and put $1 trillion into them, and they would just burn it all to the ground. Like they've lost the plot. This group they've gotten too far away from what people want to play in games. And unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes. It's the way it goes. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section below. All right. That's the way she goes. All right. Enough with the depressing news, chat. It's time to hop on. Yeah, Marathon's fans are fooked. Fooked. Absolutely fooked. The British accent's too funny. It's killing me. Ooh, on a separate note, got this here. Arc Raiders throwing shade at Marathon? Embark Studios says it has no plans to add a PvE mode to Arc Raiders. Interesting. Not adding a PvE mode to the extraction shooter game? What a novel idea. Many players have asked for a PvE mode where they can fight AI enemies without other players. Skill issue. But Embark says PvP is a key part of the game and wants to keep that experience. The discussion started again after the finals. Another Embark game added a new PvE mode where players can fight bots instead of other people. Embark is also testing a mode with less PvP on Arc Raiders Chinese servers. What? But it is not a full PvE mode, and there is no news about it coming to the global version. Interesting. So, a few things to take away from this. Obviously, Bungie and Marathon, they're trying to put in a PvE mode in their game. And we'll see if it's successful. I mean, I'm very skeptical, right? But more importantly, what these games are trying to do is they're trying to create a universe. So the Destiny universe has PvE, PvP, PvPvE with Gambit. It has raids. It has an end game. It has a shooting range, right? The Destiny universe was achieving perfection just before it died, unfortunately, due to terrible decisions in the last year. But in terms of what it encompassed, right, it was like a full circle, a full loop of engagement and encounters, basically a game for everyone, right? It had achieved the full universe. And so when these games do find success, they want to have an audience that's diverse. They want to have young people playing, old people playing, like Hanging Franks, right? They want to have super skilled people playing, right? You want your Defizzles playing, but then you also want people who are absolutely terrible at games like D2'S. You want those people playing. You want everyone. And we're going to find out if they can pull it off. Marathon and Bungie, that is. And if they do, I guarantee you Embark will follow. But I'm skeptical of it because I think that there is an element of a game kind of sticking to its niche and to its genre to some degree. Destiny at least started with all of those ingredients day one, so it wasn't like that changed and evolved. I mean, Gambit technically, but was added later on. But for the most part, it kind of stayed true to its original identity with those genres. Like it didn't just turn into a battle royale game one day, right? The PvE Andy's ruining games? Yeah. It's hard to have a game that has both of those people because those two groups don't really, they just have like people who are competing and people who are there for enjoyment. It's hard for them to get along and have the same level of fun, right? Yeah. All right. Oh, apparently there's more physical games news coming here. All right, give me 1 second, chat. All right. All right, chat. Well, enough with the depressing news. We're going to play some Palworld today. If you don't know, this new game came out. It is crushing the Steam charts. You want to see this thing on the Steam charts? My God, this thing is absolutely killing it. Palworld came out, and look at this. On Friday, it hit a peak of 500,000. Saturday's peak, 725,000. Sunday, the third day it came out, 855,000. God damn. And then, what was that, yesterday? Oh, wait, no, this would have been Sunday. Wait. Or is this earlier today? 825,000 earlier today? God damn. This thing is just crushing it, dude. God damn. Supporting physical games means they'll probably sell a $400 external USB disk drive. Oh, you're right, Lardy. Yeah, that's probably terrible, huh? All right. I'm playing Destiny 3 here. This is Deep Palworld Addiction Day 4. My world name, Destiny 3. I'm on day 39 in my game, apparently. Let's go. I'm level 23 now. Dude. This is it. This game's awesome. I haven't had this much fun since playing Destiny in a while. You guys don't even want to know what I've been up to. All right, my base is in shambles. This is... Oh, everyone's spawning in. The base is ugly. But now I got a gun. Look at this. I got a musket. Dude, I am freaking gaming. I'm gonna go fight this guy right now. It's Pokemon, Minecraft, guns, and kind of GTA because you can't shoot people, they'll arrest you. You get like a warrant level. I got my grapple gun now. I don't know if these guys are really powerful or not, but we're about to find out if I get cooked here. Please don't murder me. Boss battle will begin. Ooh. You made a Coliseum for base? I was looking at other people's bases, and it actually made me feel insecure. I realized that I am terrible at base building. What is this Aladdin-looking guy doing? Zesty Aladdin. Oh, shit. I didn't think he would have an electric Pokemon. Bro is hit. Bro is inside a volcano with an electric Pokemon? I don't think I can even kill this guy. Can I shoot the guy riding him in the head? I don't think I clear this. I do not think I clear this. This is not looking good. Oh! Let's go, Bushy! Bushy! Come on, Bushy. Oh, Bushy got clapped. Oh my god. Oh! Dude, there's no way I clear this. Oh my god. Oh, what's happened to me? Yeah, I didn't do enough damage. Oh. Bro, why are you stuck on this? Ugh. Oh, we're done for. We're cooked. How do I quit? How do I quit? I haven't even done half health. I was not prepared for this. Oh my. Yep. Well, that's one way to quit. So yeah. Yeah. I thought I was prepared. I suck. God, this game is hard. I spent so much time preparing for that. I built all this armor. I caught the most powerful Pokemon I could. I did everything. I give up, dude. I give up. I have to go level up more. I know, I leveled up so much, though. I can't... That guy is just way too powerful. What is he, level 30? I have level 30 Pokemon. The problem is because I'm not level 30. That guy was straight frying me. You think I... You know what? I'll just go see if I can fight this guy. Wait. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go to my base. Also, a base update. I have 2 bases now. And we are just farming materials like crazy. That we got crazy amounts of iron ore. It's nuts in here. Too heavy. A little slow. 3 times over the weight capacity. Let's put this, not the metal chest. There we go. 145 ingots. That's more like it. Alright, let's go here. We're gonna put you here. Bushy got absolutely clapped. Elphadran was definitely the play. That guy's level 55. This Blaze Howl is level 30. I was trying to capture this guy, and then I went there, and I couldn't find him. Like, he's not there. Like, he's under the ground or something. So that doesn't work out. Let's just go try and capture this guy. What's the worst that could happen? I guess my Pokemon have to heal up first, so I guess I have to wait a little bit. Could try and capture this guy. Level 38 is kind of crazy, though. Maybe I just go see what these secrets are all about. He's in a cave? Who's in a cave? Oh, that guy. Yeah, I looked around. I couldn't find the cave, though. I couldn't find the cave. What's this guy doing? The heck? Hey. What's happening right now? Hey! Alright, fine. I can see. Let's ride this guy. Oh, I didn't make a saddle? Right. Go make my Elphadran saddle. I don't know if Elphadran is actually the best Pokemon in the game, but he feels like he is really, really good. And I am definitely having fun with this Alpha Dran. Oh, everyone's waking up. Alright. Alpha Dran saddle. I need 3 more leather. Huh. Where do I get that from? Killing Pokey with leather? I'm gonna go get this guy then if he's in a cave. I went down here and there was a cave here and I couldn't find him. Is the cave entrance north, south, east, west? Chilla is my favorite. Love that icy snaky guy. Yeah, apparently I need to go fishing. Beginner fishing set. Able to fish with pals in nearby water. Yeah, let's make this. Beginner fishing set. And then I got this guy here. And then... Mammoth went up to level 28? My god. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna go here. I wanna see what that mystery is down there. I just gotta spend some time doing some side quests and exploring. Got that hook on that Pokeball throw now. This guy just run into the water? Ooh, what's this? Ooh, Relaxosaurus. This guy's level 42. I can't fuck with that guy. That was it? It was just an egg? Oh, wait, no. What was it? Yeah, it was an egg. A large rocky egg. Oh, shit. Damn, those guys are probably pretty good, huh? Uh-oh. Why are you getting into a fight with them? What are you doing, dog? Level 43 is too high, though. If I could find one that's like... Dude, what? Stop getting into fights with these guys. Man, I would like to capture one of them, though. That would be a pretty good find, wouldn't it? That would be pretty epic. Get up here. Get up here. Come on. I already caught a bunch of these mammoths. Capture another one, why not? Damn. They're just kind of clapping cheeks. Level 32 is a formidable opponent. Huge. Right. They're dragon type. That musket is strong. Dude, that musket's doing some damage, you know? Like, I'm helping out here. Love this musket. I got my water types here. I got like a ton of mammoths now. This Alpha Dran got cooked, unfortunately. You're still healing up? Oh, they're about to be fully healed up. Good. That guy wasn't really worth it, though, it seemed like. These Alpha Drans are good. Bushy, not so much. Let's go here. See if I can find another one of them. What is the discount Pokemon? Hey, discount Pokemon? This isn't discount Pokemon. This is Pokemon perfected right here.
Yeah.
So those guys. I guess I could catch more of these van worms. That could be a useful thing to do. Maybe I go exploring out here. Yeah, I can catch this Blaze Howl, level 30. Let's see if we can find this guy now. I was looking everywhere for this cave. I couldn't find it. He's only level 25, so I should very much be able to capture him. Fang Lope.
Yeah. Yep.
Alright, I'm going to circle this whole area. If I don't see a freaking cave here, then D2'S is canceled. It's down there. That's not it. You went the wrong way? Rip. Yeah, I went down to a cave down there before. I was starting to think I maybe went the wrong way. Because I went this way once before and I didn't see it. So, I'm thinking I have an idea where it is now. Is it over here? What the hell? They said when I look here, is it north, east, south, west? It's below you? Oh, really? Is that it there? Ooh. The Hidden Falls mine shaft. Just flying through a cave, nothing to see here. Aha! Is everyone healed up? Everyone is healed up.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn, I clapped that guy. Oh, we're gonna get this guy for sure.
Yep.
What? I don't think that is this guy even any good though? What the hell? Hey. What is going on? What is happening? The curved fucking Pokeballs are get me killed. You shoot the Pokemon? Yeah, you shoot them. What is happening? I'm like, my curved Pokemon throw is making it way harder. I didn't expect to get clapped like that. That's messed up. That sucks, dude. I have to learn how to adjust for the... There's a little bit of a learning curve with the curved Pokeball throw there. It's okay, we're heading back in here. Oh, of course you're back to full health, huh? Of course. Inventory full.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, that's right. We're frying him with the Van Worm. Okay, of course.
Yep.
Nice. Huge. Got his ass, dude. Alright, if I can capture that level 30 guy pretty effortlessly, then I feel like I could probably get the... Or that was a level 25 guy, then I could probably get the level 30 guy. All things considered. What the hell? Tried to leave this and I ran right back the same way I came. I could barely see in here. Legally blind. Pokemon extraction shooter next? That's what the people want, you know? That's what people want. Yeah, you can shoot the Pokemon. You basically do like Minecraft as well and Pokemon, but like in an open world. Right there. Alright, let's go here. Defeated Fanglope. Let's go down here. Enhance my stats. What should I get? More health? I think health would be good. Seem to be getting destroyed a little bit. Alright, we got the fishing rod. Team. Okay, I gotta drop some of that stuff in my inventory. Hear that? I got them working for me, dude. They're building that. This isn't great value Pokemon. This is literally Pokemon perfected. $20 on that egg. Inventory cleared. Ooh, I unlocked... Oh, I can make a freaking handgun now? Oh, shit. A fluffy pal bed? Oh, this is crazy. I just unlocked a bunch of good stuff. I'm definitely making a freaking handgun. That absolutely has to happen. I'm enjoying this musket, so handgun will be even better. And then we'll go here. I need more ingots? What? How's that possible? I just grabbed them from my inventory. What do you mean? Did I not? Am I drunk? I literally grabbed this and put this here. Grab even more. Alright. Makeshift handgun. Start production. Nice. We'll come back and pick that up later. For now, let's make sure we get our... What does this do? Ore mining's... Oh, shit. That's... Dude, mining ore? That's incredible. That is a must-have upgrade there. Stone, ingots, palladium fragments. Stone, palladium fragments, ingots. I'm gonna go put this up here. I've already been, this has been my ore mining area in general. We're about to go crazy with the ore. Insufficient materials? What do you mean? Oh, they're just cooking up. They can only cook them so fast, apparently. It's fine. Let's go in here. Let's put this back here. Let's put all this stone back here. Alright, so... My party is fully healed up. Alright, we're ready then. I made the grapple gun, dude. The grapple gun was a great idea, by the way. Make sure not to place anything where ore spawns or it won't respawn anywhere. Yeah, I was trying to do that where I wouldn't waste my natural ore spawns. I don't know that it'll matter much, right, anymore. Like, after you have, like, 4 of those ore spawn farms, like, you know? I'm not sure that it'll matter much, but it's a good point, though. Alright, I'm gonna catch for sure this guy. Hopefully. That's the goal, at least. Level 30 guy. He should be pretty beefy. By the time I'm done capturing him, oh! Oh, I don't know. This is gonna be harder than I thought. I think I got this guy. Depends on how many balls it takes to capture him. Oh, floor is lava. Come on. Huge. Love to see it. Huge. All right. Well, let's get out of here. Huh? How do I get out of here? Ugh. I'm trapped in here forever. I'll leave dungeon. Yes. GG easy W. Yeah, that wasn't that bad. Level 30 was not as bad as I thought. Which almost makes me believe that I could get this guy now. I don't think it really matters though, because even if I get a level 38, he'll just scale down. So it won't even be worth it, you know? I think that's the unfortunate part about catching something that's really high level is that they just scale it down. I feel like there should be a level of like it scales down a little bit but not completely. Like if I capture a level 50 thing, it should be at least maybe 2 or 3 levels above my current level. So that way you're kind of incentivized to capture really, really tough stuff. Guess I'll go fight this dungeon, whatever this is here. I have no clue what's over here, but I might as well go in there and destroy whatever's there. Let's see what's in here. Bunch of ore in here. Everyone's asleep. Perfect time. Oops. Got the daydream in here. I guess this was like a really early on dungeon, so this was like one that it just has like materials in it, I guess. I guess that's all. Got that exploration XP. That's it. That's all I had. kind of a peaceful one. There's not like any bad guys in here that really like aggro you. These guys. What's over here? It just circles around, I guess. Uh-oh, I think I'm getting lost now. Uh-oh. Oh, there might be a bad guy down here. There is. What is that? A Kelpsy? These guys are okay, I guess. Wake up! This guy's still asleep. It's gonna wake up and be like, my whole family's dead. I have to put him out of his misery so he doesn't have to wake up in horror, find out his whole... He wakes up, he finds his fucking family's dead. Oh no. Poor guy. You have to old yeller him. Feels bad. Pouring out for the homie. Daydream is awesome. He hangs outside the Palworld when you're in your party. Oh really? He hangs outside the Palworld? Really? Nice. Oh good, that put me up to level 25. I like. So you can have a full team of daydreams out attacking. Ah, that seems pretty interesting. Like that's kind of the same strategy I was using to capture some of these guys. Like when I would put a base down and then attack them. Level 15 Arsox? What is he doing there? That's not even like an interesting Pokemon. It's just a regular ass.
Yup.
Not worried about capturing any of that then. I'm trying to do some stuff that gets me XP. Fast travel. Back down to here. Oh, I got a boost gun. Firing this at a pal on your team temporarily boosts its pal's attack and defense. You literally give your Pokemon steroids. Nice. An adrenaline shot. Boost gun ammo. Heat resistant metal armor. Lettuce plantation. How's it for a saddle? Interesting. Wonder why you get unlock this so far. It takes so long to unlock this. Crazy this is going to boost my Pokemon's attack. That's huge. I would definitely want that. Alright, so now I have makeshift handgun, a musket. I might be able to take that guy on. The guy that clapped me on the volcano. Maybe I can take him on now if I can shoot a boost at my freaking guys. Let's see here. I keep one in my party. His attack will never kill the POW. Perfect for catching mispass. Really? His attack never kills? That sounds like a pretty good one to have then. My base is so crammed that all the Pokemon are doing glitchy things. Doing very glitchy things. What do you think are the best, most powerful Pokemon that you have so far? I want to know, chat. What has been slaying? Oh, is this guy back? Hold up. We're definitely... Oh, he's back. He is back. He's back. Okay. Capture this guy again, then. Little rain, a little acid rain on him. Charging him. I like this Fangalope. That's some good moves. That acid rain. Huge. Nice. Alright. Well, that worked out well. I didn't even realize that guy would respawn, but that is awesome. Should I just go over here and I'm just gonna fuck this guy up, I think. Just for the XP. This is gonna be funny as hell. You ready for this? Oh, I have to go to fast shop point. This is gonna be really funny though. I'm not even gonna capture this Mamorest. Just gonna kill him because he's level 38, and that probably will give me a lot of XP. He's about to get clapped. Oh, I don't have a second base to put down there now. Oh, that sucks. I will not be able to clap him. He would probably smoke me. Dang. I wish I had my extra base. My portable base. Unfortunate. Let's go take on some good challengers here. About the Mac 10, dude. Yeah, I got the only problem is I have to craft a bunch of bullets, so I gotta go do that. Otherwise I would be
Yeah. Oh.
I would be shooting him up. Why does he have such little stamina? Got Dine and Dasher. This guy stole food. Oh man, this guy's gonna get destroyed. Oh my god, he almost got 2 tapped. Oof. Absolutely fried him. Absolutely smoked. Good stuff. This is basically what I'm left to do, is just roam around and beat these mystery things. Now that I've got my Pokemon, like, super powerful. Roam around and clap everyone. Farm up fast XP. Still a Pikachu down there? A Sparkit.
Wow. Yeah.
No, he killed him. Why?
Oh.
I was trying to capture him. He just straight fucking clocked him, dude. What do we got here? Ooh, what's that? A King Paka? Whoa. What the heck? It's the evolution of the Melpaka. How cool. Can I ride that?
Yep.
Light him up. Well, he's got some health. Oh.
Yep.
The Supreme Fluff Commander. This is so funny.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Capture him.
Yep.
Huge. That's what I'm talking about. Wow, that was big boost XP. King Pekka bounty token. Nice. It's awesome. Yeah, this is definitely a good XP little farm down here. I don't know if I could actually fight this guy. Might be too tough. Where else should I go? My base is apparently over to the right. Chunky boy, yeah, he had some health for a level 23. What the hell was that? Why is that guy flying across the map? What just happened? Did you see that? That like crazy physics. Oh, what is this? What is going on over here? What the hell? Who's... Oh, this is my base. Oh, this is my base. I've never come back to my base without fast traveling. I was like, what? Looks so crazy. Alright, boost gun ammo on lock. Now I just need to make a boost gun. Go here, grab my many ingots. Infinite ingot farm. Let's go back here now. Boost gun. Yes. Start production. See what this turned into? It's turned into a D2'S. Hmm. Let me put this bushy guy here. I got... Put this Fangalope here. Quadruple Elphadran fire team, chat. 4 Elphadrans. And then 1 Van Worm. This is the meta. This is the meta right here. What's that sound? There's too much going on here. People are glitching out, dude. Making funky noises. Let's go over here and see how the berry farm's doing. The berry farm is on point. Are there any players in your instance? You're alone. I'm in my own world right now. I just wanted to like learn it by myself before people show up and ruin everything, like D2'S and them. Or, like light my base on fire and stuff. So I don't really want him to ruin it just yet. We'll let him join up. We'll do a multiplayer server soon. Where should I go fishing at? Time to go fishing for the first time ever? I don't even know. Did I went up here before? I'll show you. I went up here and the Pokemon were like level 45. I almost died. I immediately ran away. Can other players sabotage you? Probably. If you leave it up to D2'S, he will figure a way to ruin my lobby. Probably burn my base down and stuff. Currently, there's no option for him to do that because I'm not letting him join in here. Hey! Yeah, level 47, guys. Yeah, it's time to get out of here. Sakurajima. Uh-oh. Level 48 Bushy. I'm venturing where no man should go when he's this low level. But we're doing it for the love of the game, dude. We're doing it for the memes. A level 49 Prickster? That is not good. Wish you joined the server. It would have been cool to be able to visit and trade with each other. Yeah, right. Not falling for that bait. Why you guys hate me so much? What'd I do to you? What is this? Is this not the fast travel point? Hey. Oh shit. Oh shit. Bro just picked up a giant rock and hurled it at me. Where's the fast travel point at? It says it's right here in front of me. It's a different type of fast travel point. It's the watchtower? It's got a different shape to it. The Moonflower Tower level 55? I should not be over here. I've gone too far. I figured I'd just wander over here and see what it's all about, though, you know? Did I make it to level 30? I made it to level 26 just now. What are these guys? Level 47s. Is he shooting a gun? Who gave that guy a gun? Alright, well. Let's go this way. What is that? I feel like the play is you learn the game solo, and then after a while of playing solo, then you venture out and you play with friends and stuff. Do the multiplayer server thing. What level are these guys? Oh, these guys are level 3. Oh, I'm back to the beginning, I guess. Level 3 is pathetic. It's awesome. This is like some Game of Thrones stuff right here. Go this direction. Ooh, is this a shiny one? Ooh. Nice. Oh, I can go fishing here. Let's go fishing for the first time. So what is this all about? What do I push? And then what do I push? Do I push space? Left click? Left click. Oh, this is fun. Haha. Nice. Alright, where am I? I'm in some, like, deep enemy base out here. We got a prisoner here? Where's the... I'm trying to find this fast travel point. It says it's right here. Says it's right there. Must be that right there. Yes. You get a bunch of XP for exploring, so like I'm actually leveling up a lot for doing this. This is what I actually need to do. I think about it, I just need to go around and unlock the whole map. I'll be level 30 and then I'll be able to easily beat the next boss, so I will be flying around now. Hopefully there's not some like level 100 guys over here. Was that an egg? Nice. Yes. I think this might be one of the most efficient ways to level up, is to get a flying Pokemon and just fly around. I've leveled up like crazy. I'm about to level up to level 27. I've done nothing. Just traveling around. I gotta unlock the map anyways, so. I'm gonna fly as far north as I possibly can. One 1.0 is surprisingly well on Steam Deck. I can feed my addiction on work at lunch. Nice. I'm glad you're having fun. I'm glad that a lot of the Destiny audience are having fun playing this game. What level is he? Level 1? Jeez. Obliterated, dude. Need those materials, though. I feel like I'm freaking Daenerys Targaryen out here, dude. Just running around. Just lighting everything on fire while they're asleep. This is evil. This is crazy. Alright, let's just keep going this way. How big is this map actually? Keep flying until I find this turn back zone. Ooh. Grab that. Is this really? This can't be. That has to be like not a real area, right? What? There's a fast travel. How big is this map? Jeez. If that's a real area over there, this is crazy. What is that sound? What is this guy doing?
Huh?
A researcher. Hmm.
Hey.
Alright, a faded schematic. Gotcha. Alright, well. Said level 70? Level 7. Oh. Oh god. There's a level 70 boss in here? I have ventured way too far. I am level 26. What's that? We're going as far as we can. I'll probably die out here though, won't I? Like something's just gonna be level 70 and one hit kill me. What is this? Riding a water pal and equipping a fishing rod. Gotcha. I currently don't know if I can ride any water pals. Oh, they're only level 30. That's not too bad. Hey, I could catch one of those even. I want to fight all three of them though. What is that there? Alright, let's find a fast travel point so I can get out of here. Oh, is this as far as I can go? Oh no, it's just glitching out. My god. Another bushy guy over here? It's interesting they're only level 35 around here. This guy, he's always aggro, dude. This guy's got a problem. Inventory full, no! A large electric egg too. I want that. I actually really want that. I'm gonna throw this bread away. I'll throw this grilled gale claw away. I want that. There's a fast travel. Oh shoot. Alright, it's very good. We have unlocked this fast travel. We made some distance out here. Good. I can go to and from here pretty easily. Alright, so let's go over here. Let's grab this boost gun. So, what is this? Is this an accessory? No, this has to be. So I got my grappling gun, my musket, my handgun, and my fish. I guess I'll put this here. Need to craft some more bullets, apparently. Alright. Let's put this here. Crossbow here. Stone axe here. Alright. A boost gun. So I can shoot my Pokemon now. And they get more powerful. I like that. I think it's time to go take out this guy on then. stuck already now. When is the D1 remake coming out? Dude, I have no clue. Hopefully sooner rather than later, my god. I could use some more Destiny in my life. I'm playing other stuff now, but don't get me wrong. If I could, I would be playing Destiny 1000%.
Yep.
I don't know if I boosted him or not.
Yep.
Oh, I did boost him. He's got like a crazy aura on him now.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know if I'm doing enough damage yet, so... I don't think we're there yet, you know? Like... I need to get to the halfway mark at 2.5 minutes. We're not doing enough damage.
Yep.
The damage is simply not there.
Yep.
This guy's tough, dude. God. I need... Oh my god. This guy's tough. I'm gonna need some better Pokemon to like actually fight him specifically. It's Alphadran. Maybe I just gotta level up, I guess. That's probably what it is more than anything. Go grab my loot. I got clapped again, dude. Double primary DPS. I know, I need to actually bust out. I'll go make a bunch of ammo as well. I will do that. I'll pull up with my gun and just start lighting the guy up, dude. I thought the booster gun would, like, actually help. But apparently not. That was a lie. I guess I could, like, turn around and explore this direction. Actually, let's see here. What's over that way? That looks like nothing. That's heading north. I want to head west. This direction. Why does it keep showing me facing this way? Yeah, that's the way I want to go. Okay.
Yeah.
Oof. Probably don't want to drop into the volcano if I had to guess. Volcano is probably bad. Kind of getting cooked a lot out here. Am I even gonna make it out of here? What have I done? What have I done? The intense heat. Dude, I'm getting crazy ticks of damage on me now. Surely this takes me out of the intense heat. Oh. Oh. Touch the water. How am I still in intense heat? I'm in the water. Oh, somehow I made it still. Heh. Connect with this. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're trying to throw and get me killed. Grab this egg. Whew. Whew. Alright, we got out of there. Alright, so that was good. Where are we at in the ore production? Looks like we got some serious ore. We're going on good. Yeah, we're running a tight ship over here. Apparently I leveled up to level 27 somehow, which is awesome. I made it over here, but the sizzling fire over here is so crazy. It's like doing like the scouring eyelet. I bet that would probably one hit kill me. Now we're gonna go back this way this time. This time we're gonna go the other direction. Actually, I'm on fire, so let's not do this. Let's go to some place where I'm not on fire. We're gonna go northwest.
Yeah. Yup.
Hey, leave me alone. Got the dodo birds, dude. Oof, level 48. That's just not good. So like scorpions? That's pretty cool. Scorpion looking Pokemon. What is that over yonder? Oh good, there's a fast travel point there. Uh-oh. 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 Not good, not good. Ooh, what is that? Looks like a crazy chest. Requires a watering pal? Huh. There's so much cool stuff to explore over here. This isn't D2, lol? Yeah, this is not Destiny 2. Did I switch the category? Let me see this. This isn't Destiny 2. Oh, whoop. My bad. Let's go here. Where do I switch the category at again? Update titles? No. Eh? Are Destiny servers online? Yes, they are. I think I can catch these guys. I'm like really far past where I'm supposed to be, so I feel like if I try to catch something out here, it might be like way too high level or something. Let's try it though. That might just totally kill me instantly. Oh! Alright, that is not how you fish. Oh, level 53 urchin? Oh god. Oh wait, there's like a book there. Need to get this book for XP. XP. Capture rate is 0.32%. That is not good. 0.3 is not what you want to see. Shows Destiny 2 is not available for me on Xbox. You might just need to update it. If I had to guess, I'd say that's probably what it is. Huge. Unlocked another fast travel point. I think it's crazy that I can be so far behind enemy lines here. Like, I'm in an area with level 50 Pokemon. Basically everything in here one-shots me. But because I can fly, I can get away with it. Which is awesome. This place is cool. We'll grab this giant egg. I see a fast travel point all the way out in the distance. I'm gonna make it over there. Using a flying Pokemon to fly into areas I'm not supposed to be to farm my XP up. This is the strategy, dude. This is how I get to level 30. Oh my god, what is that? Looks terrifying, like a huge scorpion. Oh my god. That is bad. That is really bad. I have ventured so far. There's like a snowy area even? Damn. Dude, I just went on a damn journey. I might try to go to that snow area. Where am I even? Oh my god. That is a real area because there's a waypoint marker out there. Good lord. Gotta feed these guys, dude. If you find a watchtower, they will help you out a lot. Really? What does a watchtower do? I thought that's what I went to. Exploration XP plus 2,000? Damn. Nice. I'll take it. Hey, Ben, I've been doing good, man. We've just been grinding the game. Oh, geez. Getting up there is going to be... It's going to be kind of difficult. Oh, no. I got enough stamina, looks like. Ooh, it's cold here. Insufficient cold resistance. The cold's gonna start killing me. Is this a watchtower? Uh-oh. Hey! Oh, shit.
What? Yeah.
That did not go over well.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I need to find a freaking fast travel point and get out of here. I have messed up royally.
Yeah.
Climb.
Yeah.
What have I done? Oh god, there's a bushy. What level is he? Level 40? Oh, that's terrible. I don't have any movement Pokemon, so I'm left to sprint. Oh god. The King Paka? It's funny. Where is a fast? Oh, there's one. I see one now. I found it. I'm getting out of here. Found a lot of eggs. Hopefully it gives me some good stuff.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. 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 Yeah.
Oh, they're going to sleep.
Yep.
I'm gonna say that's terrible if they're aggroed on me. Alright, let's get out of here immediately. Alright. Alright, so I got more bullets for the gun now. This is good. Need more gunpowder. Let's go here. Where do I get the gunpowder from? I have to go over here to make gunpowder at. Gunpowder. Let's make about as much as I possibly can. Greyhound. Alright. Well, now I guess what I really need to do is probably keep adventuring around. I mean, this area is kind of rough to go to. I could make some like ice armor and survive there. I feel like adventuring around is probably the best. I could go this direction more. I could go this way more. I only have one of these guys. So maybe I'll try and capture another one of them. Let's go back. These flying dragon Pokemon I really like. See if we can get another one. This game is Palworld. Let's get Daniel. Palworld. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to see if there was like any of those bird Pokemon here.
What?
Looks like there might not be because it's nighttime. Huh.
Oh. Yeah.
Let's go here. Oh, what's that? Those guys are level 31. Oof.
What?
See what we got over here. Silver key, dang it. Someone said there was like some skating technology where you could like grapple and do something. Gotta figure out what that is. Alright. We got this. I guess I could put some nighttime Pokemon in here. Get some stuff done late at night. I'll put this guy here. What else we got? This little late night worker here. Get some stuff done. All right, well, that's where I'm going to call it for tonight, chat. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the follows, the subs, the bits, the donations. Thank you, Super Mode, for the tier 1 sub. I'm going to head out for the night. We got a bunch of videos up on the channel, so make sure you're subscribed. Later, Tony Hayabusa. Later, Zombie Inside. Later, Hot Rodsman. I'll be back tomorrow. We covering some more gaming news and probably playing more Palworld. Maybe play Destiny 2 if there's a reason. But for now, we're kind of figuring out what we're doing next, you know? So, yeah. It's going to be an interesting few months. But appreciate you watching and hanging out. For real. Oh, what happened there? Later. Later, Macrop. Later, Evil Deeds. Later, NorCal. Can you still catch other trainers and their pals? You can catch other trainers. Does that give you their pals too? That's awesome if it does. I'll check that out.